Thought Long Island played their style of volleyball tonight. It kind of took us out of our game a little bit, and they got better as the match went on and made it a competitive match. And a lot of credit to them, and we'll need to be better tomorrow.
Meredith, are there any areas where you guys didn't meet the expectations that you typically have for yourself?
I think definitely blocking. We could have done a little bit better job. Just like Coach said, they play a different style of volleyball than we do, so it was definitely not necessarily what we were used to, but I think we could have been a little bit more disciplined, blocking specifically, but I think defense as a whole, especially because we take so much pride in our defense. So I would say that for sure, and then I think we could have been a little more low error, just forcing them to play volleyball, kind of keeping the ball in the court and relying on that defense just a little bit more.
Maggie, a big role for you tonight. What can you say about your own performance and stepping in the tournament here?
I'm just super grateful to be able to be on this team and have the opportunity that Coach gave me today. I feel like whenever you get put in these moments, you always wish you could play a little bit better, but I'm just grateful to have the opportunity to be out there.
When did you know that you were going to play tonight?
We kind of talked about it all week, just whoever was going to be out there. I don't know. We kind of just sealed it today, I guess.
You mentioned you playing high air. Was that more of what was going on your side of the net or what they were doing? Where did those errors come from?
Yeah, it was on our side. I would say we obviously had a few too many serving errors and then attacking errors as well. I think we talk about a lot attacking if we're not in the position just to recycle and kind of regroup, and I don't think we necessarily did a great job of that tonight. So I would say it was definitely all on our side of the net.
Coach, just a follow-up to Maggie's performance tonight. When was that decision made on your end that she'd be playing, and conversely that Becca Alec wouldn't get a ton of minutes tonight?
Well, I've been thinking about it for a couple days. Maggie's been training really well, and I wanted to give her an opportunity to play tonight.
Coach, this is a smaller team than the Big Ten gauntlet you guys went through. Just how do you prepare for that and just adjust?
You don't. Can't prepare. We can't in our gym. So you got to give them credit. I mean, now 19 did a really nice job, and my theme for them was we have to be disciplined, and we were not disciplined, and so they make you pay. That's the bottom line, and you got to give them credit. And they kept battling. They could have packed it in, but this is their Final Four right here. This is their national championship match, and for them, it's they were loose and did a nice job and hit some really good serves. I told the team this is the highest in our stats. This is the best serving team we've played all year, and they hit some really good serves tonight. I don't think we passed. We passed okay. We didn't pass great, but. They're a very good serving team, and so we never really got in a great rhythm tonight.
Did you want them to figure it out on their own? That third set, were you hesitant to call a timeout?
I called a timeout, but
eventually, maybe we were down early. Did you want them to figure it out on their own?
No. Well, I always want them to figure it out on their own, but I thought, I thought we would get it going there, and but they made some good plays and got some kills that. Normally we don't give up, and so. But no, I always want them to figure it out. That's what they're trying to do.
Coach Merritt had 8 kills in the third set when the team was struggling to terminate. What do you think of the way she stepped up and kind of carried you guys at the end?
That was awesome because nobody else was killing the ball. So that's one of her jobs. So glad she was able to do that. And again, I thought. She made a couple great kills, and especially when we needed it, and some of those were out of system, which there were some long rallies.
Merritt, you said you were a little sick. Did that affect you at all tonight?
Other than the fact that I can't be very loud, no, I feel I was sick over the weekend and a little bit earlier this week, but I feel fine. I just don't have a voice, which is kind of hard when I am normally very vocal out there. So I would say other than that, not really, but it was definitely a little frustrating not being able to be as loud as I normally am. But other than that, I'm good.
I was actually going to ask, so when you get into that third set scenario where you're trying to figure it out, you're without the voice that you normally have, what did you maybe see from your teammates around you as that was happening? Because as a captain, what do you then want to see from them when that's taken away?
Yeah, I mean, the coaches talked about it a lot, and we talked about it as a team too, just that, like, we had to bring energy, and I think tonight, like, obviously that looked a little bit different for me. I had to be more of, like, show my energy through, like, my actions and celebrations and less of the voice, but I think they did a really good job of stepping up in that vocal aspect when I needed them to, and I know I have to give a lot of credit to Lexi specifically because she's not normally very vocal, but she was very vocal, especially in that third set, and I think that's why I love being a captain with Lexi, because if one of us is struggling a little bit, and tonight that was my voice, she's able to kind of pick me up, and so I have to give a ton of credit to her, but I think the team as a whole, people who aren't necessarily always vocal leaders kind of picked it up there in that third set, and that's why we were able to pull it out.
Maggie, you're shaking your head. You agree? What did you see from Lexi out there?
I think Lexi is very good at picking up on what the team needs, and she's not always the most outwardly excited player. She keeps a calm head most of the time, but in the third set she was really giving us energy, and I thought it was really cool that she was able to step in that role for Merritt.
Ms. Beeson, obviously you were a very strong presence on the net tonight, getting some very strong blocks and just playing well all around. Looking ahead a little bit to tomorrow, there are some very strong arms on that Missouri team, especially Janet Demaray and Jordan Hyland. Defensively, how do you guys plan to prepare for a team with that much power?
I mean, we've played a ton of teams this entire season with a ton of power, so I think tomorrow our focus will be just kind of like Coach said, playing Nebraska volleyball. And I mean, we play against those arms every day in our gym. We played against them all the way throughout the Big Ten, and so it'll just be about the discipline like Coach talked about and making sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do and we're playing Nebraska volleyball. But I would say that would definitely be our focus tomorrow. And they're going to bring their best shot just like Long Island did, and we know that, so we have to be ready for that.
John, you guys have played in a lot of tough environments this year. Do you feel like your younger players handled the NCAA Tournament atmosphere?
There's always going to be nerves first game. I mean, we've had other matches like this first round. It's just different. Everything's different. The introductions are different. You know, it's a home match, but you know, it's not what we're normally used to, and so it's just we're playing a team. You know that. I mean, some of our players may not even know where Long Island is. You know, it's not in the Big Ten, so they, you know, I don't even know if they know. That'd be a great question for me to ask them. Like, where's Long Island? What state?
I didn't. I had to ask.
Yeah. See? So it's just a little unfamiliar. So so sometimes you got to win ugly. You're not going to play perfect for this tournament, and you just got to find a way to win 3 games by 2 points.
Final questions?
John, was your serving the weapon you wanted it to be?
For the most part. But you know, we served 7 aces, 6 errors. That's pretty good. We had them out of system a lot. We just didn't make them pay enough. That was with our blocking defense. We let them get out too many times.
Maggie, what were they doing against the block to kind of neutralize it a little bit? And then how big was those back-to-back blocks you had of Harper in the third set?
I think that just going in, we kind of knew that, like they were saying, their style of volleyball is just a little bit different, and so finding our timing against a different style of volleyball is a little bit difficult at first, but I think we'll do better next game of finding the right timing. But just being able to trust my pin blockers and getting those blocks was huge for us, I think, just energy-wise and momentum-wise.
Coach Cook, tomorrow the Missouri team is a team that this program has faced 73 times, obviously, old Big 12 rival, a team that you've coached against multiple times. Facing a team with so much history against Nebraska, what do you think that means to this team, this fan base, and this program as a whole?
Well, to the old people, they would know it was in the Big 12. These guys would have no clue. They're in the SEC. So only us older people would know that. So other than that, I don't think there is, you know, it's an SEC team. And we played them, I think, about 4 or 5 years ago in the tournament. So, but a lot of respect for Missouri. It's a great program. They've had a great year. Don's a great coach. So it's going to be a great match.
Coach, is there a benefit to facing that adversity in the third set, especially with the nerves that you talked about first game of the tournament?
There's no benefit for me. So I don't know. You have to ask these guys.
So Mary and Maggie, is there a benefit?
I mean, obviously I think we would rather not be in that position, but I think as we have gone throughout this entire season, we've been tested a lot. We've learned from however the match went that we just played, and so I think we'll definitely learn from it. And I think it was probably a good little wake-up call that, like, all right, teams are going to come at us and teams are going to bring their best shot, and right now it's one and done. And so I think obviously I would prefer to not be in that situation, but I think it probably was a little bit of a wake-up call, like a little pat on the back. And so I hope that we take it that way and we learn from it like we have all season, and I hope that we come back out just like Nebraska volleyball tomorrow.
All right, thank you. We're going to bring Long Island in next.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.